This is episode 5 of Beyond the Sand with Catawba Beach Volleyball. I'm a freshman here. This is my first year, and I'm with Emily. She's another freshman, and we're going to go through some questions you guys have asked us about what it's like being freshmen at Catawba and just let you guys get to know us better and what we do.
My name is Emily. I'm also a freshman here. I got into Catawba from beach volleyball, and I can't wait to answer these questions for you guys.
All right, so let's just start off introducing ourselves, our position, where we're from, what high school we went to, and just anything else you want to let them know about yourself. So I'll start. I'm Payton. I'm from East Forsyth High School in Kernersville, North Carolina, so I'm pretty local to this area. I'm about 30 minutes outside of Salisbury. I'm very not new to beach volleyball. I've had some experience, but I played a lot of indoor throughout high school. So I'm coming into this trying to learn everything I can, and I'm a split blocker right now, kind of. I do a lot of defense, and then I also do a lot of blocking, depending who I'm paired up with. So that's me.
Hi, so my name is Emily. Like I said, I'm from Appomattox, Virginia. I got into beach volleyball a long time ago, so I'm not very new to it. But I'm a defender. I love beach volleyball. So I didn't start out doing beach volleyball. I started out playing indoor. I think I was 14 when I first started playing for a club team. Then over the summer, my coach was like, "Hey, we're gonna have a sand league if you guys want to play," and I fell in love with it. And the older that I got, the more I got into it. And I think when I was 15, I made the full switch to beach, and that's kind of when I decided that beach was what I wanted to do.
For me, I played indoor, like I said, for a long time. I started off playing club indoor, and funny enough, my first indoor coach was a beach coach. Like he played beach all his life, and that was what he did. So full circle, I guess. But I played indoor for club and at my school, and then during high school we had a little club is what they were called, and it was beach, and a bunch of indoor players would go out and play. And I started doing that, and then one of my indoor coaches at my club introduced me to Catawba, and I started looking into their programs, and I saw they had a beach program. And from high school, I just really I found it interesting to me to play beach, and that's how I kind of got into the beach program, was through my high school club.
Now that we're here, what made you choose Catawba?
Well, for me, choosing Catawba was something I had to go through a long process with. I had a lot of schools I wanted to go to for athletics and academics. Since I'm nursing major, I was really focused on what's going to get me the best opportunities and still be able to enjoy college life and everything. So Catawba was something I came on a visit because of my club coach. He had some connections here, and he was like, come see what it's about. And so I came down for a couple of visits. I came down for a couple games, and I toured, and I got to know some of the people on the team who were also in nursing at the time. And they introduced me to a bunch of the professors in the program, and it just really worked out for me because it's something I can do nursing and still play athletics, and that's just you don't see that very often. So for me, it's something I really liked. It gave me the best opportunities, and the team is great. That's what I really liked. Especially with beach, I was a little nervous coming into it, and I didn't know if oh my gosh, these girls are really good. They've been playing all their life, but everyone was so welcoming. So that's what really kind of sealed the deal for me choosing Catawba. What about you?
I think the reason that I chose Catawba is because of how quaint it is. I come from a very small school. It's honestly smaller than Salisbury. So the smaller the college, the more I liked it. And as I explored all my options while I was doing the recruiting process, I figured out what I liked and what I didn't like. And something that I liked was smaller schools with the closer relationships. And that's what I have here. I'm really close with the team. I'm really close with all the students that I've become friends with, the professors. It's really easy to get to know people here. The team is great. I've never been on a team this friendly. I've never been this close with my teammates before. Everybody's so nice here. It's just so easy to make friends, and I just love Catawba.
um So I know we chose Catawba, but like, what like made you want to play at a collegiate level?
I think what really made me want to play at a collegiate level was when I would play at a club level and I was like, man, I want more from this. I want it to get harder. I want to keep pushing and I want to get better. And I had several older friends that were already in the recruiting process. They were like 4 years older than me, and I would watch them go through it, and I would see them play at tournaments. I'd be like, man, oh my gosh, they're so good. Like, I want to play like that one day. And they all committed, and I was like, okay, that's going to be me in a couple years. Like, I need to get to work. I need to start working on recruiting. And yeah, I think that's what really inspired me to play at college is the people that I surrounded myself with and just being in awe of how athletic they were and how capable they were of not only being successful athletically but also academically. You balance everything like academics and training and stuff.
For me, balancing things is something that I'm not normally good at. Like, especially in high school, I was not good at balancing things. Like I feel like I would just randomly be like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot I had a meeting in 30 minutes." Like it was just kind of day by day. And going like my last semester in high school, I really was like, "Okay, I'm not carrying this over into college. I can't like it's going to be too hectic. I have too much going on and I have so much I'm going to have to balance." So, I really like focused on that over the summer. I had a couple like things I was working on. I had work and then I was also training and doing all these things. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and start now and get my life kind of organized so that my freshman year of college it was a little more easier for me. Now with all my classes started and everything, I really like focus like especially at the beginning of every day. I still take it day by day, but I also like plan things out like my reminders app on my phone is probably filled with 500 things. But a reminder's a reminder for me, so it's good. I'll set it for the beginning of the day so that I know, okay, here's what I have to do during the day and I lay it out. And with academics especially, since like we have like 5 classes like that are really like rigorous and we have to like really give attention to. I like to like sit down, especially the night before, and like look what we're gonna have to do the next day. And if there's an assignment due tomorrow that's like not a major assignment, I like to get it done the night before so that the next day I'm not worried about what's due in 2 hours or something like that. And then with volleyball, like we're really good about like scheduling everything out and like having a sheets like here's when you need to have time for volleyball and like that helps me plan out my day like okay I know my classes are here and here, let me get my work done during this time slot so that I'm not like rushing at night or staying up super late trying to like cram sesh everything for the next day. So for me that's what's been helpful.
Do
What
you
about
have
you?
anything that motivates you like when times
Over
get tough?
um yeah, I mean I think for me, my family's kind of a good motivator. Like my dad was really athletic in high school and was a collegiate athlete, so he's been there. So he kind of like pushes me when I need to be like when I'm on the phone with him or something like, "Yeah, I'm just really tired right now." He's like, "Well, like this is just right now and a week you won't feel like this." And that's been a good motivator. And my sisters, I have 3 little sisters. Um my oldest little sister is 15. She's in high school and she also plays volleyball and she kind of is like my personal bully, if you want to call it that. She pushes me to like do things like she'll be like, "Oh, but you should be doing this." And like she's always in my corner. Like she always has my back, but she's also like, "Okay, Peyton, you need to do better. Like this is here, but we could do more." So that's kind of motivates me. And then also like my teammates, like especially the freshmen around us. Like my roommate's a freshman with me, and you're a freshman with me on the team. All the freshmen on the team, we kind of help each other out. I feel like so we push each other.
I'd say most of you guys motivate me, but when I have like athletics and academics that I need to focus on, because I'm on the pre med route, similar to her. She's doing nursing, but I'm doing pre med. So the workload that I have is really heavy. I'm a freshman, but I'm technically a junior, so I'm taking all these heavy courses coming in, and it's kind of a hard adjustment to come in and start my first collegiate year of beach volleyball and start my junior year of college with these classes. Times do get hard when I'm trying to balance everything because I know I have to get my work done because I know I want to go to med school and I have a goal that I have to set. So that means that I have to throw away the fun times that I want to have with my friends or like any personal time. Sometimes I have to, just lock in and do my work. which I don't really want to do. But I don't know. I think what motivates me the most is seeing other people succeed and getting what I want. Because when I see people getting something that I know I want for my future, it makes me realize that, oh, I can do it too. And I think a big like motivator for me would be my sister. She's a doctor. She's 11 years older than me, and she's married. But seeing how she went through college and med school and residency, it makes me know that if she can do it, I can do it too. So I think that's what pushes me academically, but athletically, it'd definitely be my teammates.
What's something that you have learned that you weren't really expecting to learn, like so soon or in college?
Um, I don't know. I think people are not as mean as you expect them to be. I mean, everybody kind of feels the same way about each other. I feel like people are also intimidated. Like you can feel scared about something, but just not like everybody else around you feels similar as well. Like the more you talk to people, like you'll say, "I'm scared for this assignment. I'm scared for this class." Oh, I'm scared too, and you realize you're not alone. Everybody feels the same way. Not the same exact way, but you're not alone in college. Other people feel the same way that you do, and like when we have conditioning, we'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this." And your teammate's like, yeah, I don't think I can do it either, and then you do it anyway. So
I think something that I've learned in college is like it's like a lot. And I know people tell you this, but like it's a lot of growing up, like really fast. Like you're so used to like, okay, I'm gonna come home from school, my mom's gonna make dinner for me, and she's gonna help me do this, and you have like so many things that like you don't realize you miss until you miss them. Like for me, like I don't know, I get to go home a lot since I'm kind of close and see everybody, but I've had to like learn to like fill my time with things that like are beneficial to me also, but like also be more responsible for myself. Like I need to get my laundry done this week and I don't want to, but I know like I have to be responsible for my fit self, and if I don't get this thing done now, like no one's going to be there to like do it for me anymore or tell me I need to get it done. Like it's a lot of responsibility that I feel like hits you at once, and you learn to be responsible, especially around other people. Like I feel like it's a lot more mature than high school and college, which is of course, but it just is different, and it's something that you learn and pick up on, but it's new, and I wasn't really expecting this level of it coming into college, but it's been something that I don't mind, but it was new for sure.
is there any skills or something like that that you've been working on improving with beach volleyball?
Yeah, definitely, especially with like it's very similar but it's different. For me, at the beginning of our 15 or 18-week segment, um it was setting. It was something that I really really struggled with. I was so used to like just kind of like, indoor setting is so different, I feel like. And I had to get used to like, okay, I got to get my hips around the ball, I got to face, and I have to really like use my legs to get the ball there. And that was something that I really focused on like heavy in the first few weeks. And now like when I play, I feel like that's what I have. Like if I might not be able to pass well today, but I really worked on my setting, so this is what I got today. This is what I can always offer. But right now it's hitting the line ball when I'm facing five. I've been working on that a lot, and I can see the improvements. So that's what I've been proud of for me personally. But what about you?
When I was training over the summer, one of the things that I really hated that I couldn't do was put a ball down because I'm 5'4". I'm a defender. I'm short. It's hard to be a great hitter when you're short, obviously. But ever since I've gotten here, I feel like from all the conditioning and the training that we've done, I've gotten faster and like just more athletic all the way around. And the progress that I've seen is that I have started to be able to put a ball down and score points when I want to and side up very easily. So I think one of the things that I've really been working on is putting a ball down and playing more strategically, because that's another thing that Coach Suze and Coach Oliver has been teaching us is like different strategies to play, like how to serve and how to put the ball where you want it in order to play the right defense. So I think that's something that I've really been working on, and it's definitely helped my game out a lot.
So if you weren't playing volleyball, what do you think you'd be doing right now, like hobby wise, sports wise?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I think outside of volleyball, I really enjoy painting and drawing, and I love being outside in nature. So I don't know. Maybe I'd be doing a lot of painting, fishing. I don't know, walking on the nature trail here at Catawba.
Yeah.
What about you?
So over the summer, I picked up playing golf with my boyfriend, and I was a proficient golfer over the summer. My dad and my grandpa love golf, so I just I was going out originally just to drive the golf cart and get tan, but I actually was like, okay, let me try this out. And then, of course, as competitive as I am, I was like, well, I can outdrive these guys. So I started golfing like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So I think if I weren't playing volleyball, I'd probably be golfing.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. So which teammate do you think would be most likely to become a coach?
Mm, I don't know. I feel like we have a bunch of people who are really good at coaching, but like especially on the team. But I think for our team, I don't know. I see Taylor being a good coach. I can just she's a talker, and I
You
feel like
took
she'd
my
be a good touch.
answer.
Yeah, I know. I knew you were thinking that, but
I think mine would be between Taylor and Val. I feel like they're both like helpful people. I remember the first couple weeks of training that I was here though. I would do like a couple like silly things. Even I would know that it was wrong. Taylor would come up to me and she'd be so sweet and so helpful, and she would tell me, "Hey, do this instead of that," or if you want to swing harder, move your arm like this, get your elbow higher. Like, oh my gosh, like she's so sweet. I barely even know this girl. I've known her for like a week and a half, and she's just so helpful. And she just came up to me and helped me without asking. But yeah, I think it'd be between Taylor and Val.
yeah. So what is your most embarrassing moment on the court?
Um, I don't. So when I'm playing volleyball and I make a mistake, there's a bunch of stupid mistakes that you can make, but I don't ever really think it's embarrassing. I think it's funny. But the other day we were doing T testing, and that's where you sprint and then you shuffle and shuffle and then you backpedal and then you're timed. You have to do it as fast as you can. I was getting really into it. And I sprinted, I shuffled, and I was backpedaling, and I leaned too far back and I fell on my butt and I rolled, and I still didn't get behind the cone, so my time wasn't stopped. So I decided to roll again. And I mean, I thought that was pretty funny, but some people would think it's embarrassing. But what about you, Peyton?
Um, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of embarrassing moments, especially just in the past couple of weeks. Let's see. I mean, I tried to double block one time. That was pretty bad. And I don't remember who I was blocking. I think it might have been like
Lily.
Yeah, it was Lily. Yeah, I tried to double block. That was pretty bad. I don't really know how I ended up at the net, but I did. And then that's just one of them. What else happened? Yesterday at practice, I went for a ball and just landed face first in the sand. So like just face full of sand. That was pretty bad too. But I don't know. Yeah, they're not really embarrassing moments. I feel like because everyone laughs with you, and it's like they don't make you feel embarrassed. It's just something like we laugh about and then we go. So the double
Everybody
blocking
has their moments.
Yeah. So, what is something you think like really gives you like joy here at Catawba outside of like volleyball? Like, what is something we do that like is your something that like you can enjoy?
Well, outside of volleyball is something difficult to answer because I feel like I'm either doing school or volleyball. So, but I think something that I've done so far that really brought me joy was walking on the nature trails with you, or just going and sitting outside in the sun because campus is beautiful and the nature trail was awesome. We walked 2.77 miles, I think. It was great. The weather was awesome. The sun was shining. I don't know. It was just amazing. It was so peaceful. I think I was having a rough day or a rough night, and I texted Peyton and I was like, "Hey, I'm about to go for a walk if you want to come with." And we walked and talked about everything, and it was really just calming. And honestly, I'd do it every day if I could. But
Yeah.
what about you?
Well, I mean, I volleyball in school, of course, but there's a lot of things I like to do. The environmental center is something really cool that I like to go sit. They have these little like porches, like little mini porches, and they have cool chairs you can sit on, and you're looking out on like the nature preserve, and it's really pretty. Like if I have a lot of homework or like I'm just having like a really hectic week or day, I like to go and sit out there for like maybe 30 minutes and just kind of like listen to music or something and just kind of like reset because it's really something that I just like even at home I like to go sit outside when I'm having a lot on my mind, but here that's like a really like secluded place that I think is something I can always go to and enjoy outside of like everything else I might have going on. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you remember about the recruiting process?
Oh wow. So my recruiting process was a little bit like all over the place. I had my focus on indoor since that's what I knew more about. Um, but of course, like my coaches and my connections at my club really like brought me here. So I did not originally want to play volleyball in college actually until about my summer going into senior year. So it was something like it was really late for me actually, and I feel like a lot of people like had already committed by then and I was like, okay, well there's just no point anymore in me trying. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to school for nursing and focus on that. But then my senior year, like right before I went into school, I had my coach, he came up to me, he's like, hey, we have this beach team here and I think you were really great for it. Like, why don't you like try and reach out? And at the time I was reaching out to people like just as something like, okay, let me see if I have like a shot here. Cause you know, it's never too late, I guess, in a way to say it. But I was like, okay, sure, I'll email them. And I emailed them, they emailed me back. And I was like, oh, okay, wow. So I ended up coming here for a visit. I didn't know a lot about it, although I had like some friends from my high school that went here. And, but overall, I didn't know anything about Catawba. Came here, loved it, loved the nursing program, and everyone was like so welcoming on campus. Like I had random people come up and be like, "Hey," like, and I just feel like something at like a big school, like you don't have that happen. People just walk by you at bigger schools, and so that was really cool to me. And then of course, like the nursing program being so open to having athletes is something I wasn't really gonna get anywhere else. So I was like, well, this is like really like an opportunity for me that I need to really heavily consider. So I gave it a couple weeks, months, more like, and I was like, okay, well, I have all my options laid out on the table, but like something kept drawing me back to volleyball, and I was like, okay, well, if I don't want to go just for school, like I have this on my plate, and inevitably, I was like, okay, I think I do like volleyball enough, and it's a new journey for me, but I was willing to like put in the work and like go after the beach goals and everything, and so I was like, okay, well, Tava it is. So, what about you?
I think the thing that I remember most about my recruiting process was how long and annoying it was. So I've always been, I don't know, leaning more towards the medical side of a career path. I don't really know what I want to do specifically, but I do like the medical field. So I know whatever college I wanted to go to, they had to have something that could get me on that track. Um, and the older that I've gotten, the more I've liked, psychology and stuff like that. So I've kind of narrowed down like my academics, but the thing that I was still focusing on was volleyball and trying to get recruited. I played for Beach South Volleyball, the club in High Point, North Carolina. So I would go to practice twice a week. It'd be like a 2 hour drive. I don't know. It was a rough time. I was in my junior year, and I feel like I was working so hard, trying to get committed and trying to find the right college for me. And then one day, my coach was like, "Hey, there's this college. It's not too far from here. It's called Catawba." I was like, "I've never heard of it, but sure. Like, let me hear more." So I think I texted the coaches on Instagram and reached out, and it was like a relief. She got me here. I toured. I did a tour with Bren, I think. She wanted me to come a semester early because I was doing early college and I had enough credits where I could come in a semester early. So I would have came in this past spring, I think, and this would have been my second semester here. But I think I chose to stay in high school for my last semester because I wanted to get the best of my high school experience. But I don't know, the recruiting process for me was just long and painful, but I'm glad it's over and it's a lot easier now that I've chosen a good school.
What is something that you would tell incoming freshmen going into play volleyball?
Um, I think the first thing that I would want to say is don't stress too much. Times are gonna get tough while you're here, but the more you worry yourself, the harder you're gonna be. Like, I don't know, it's just gonna make things much more difficult for you if you overstress and just over worry about it. You just need to give yourself some grace and know that this is a growing period for you. I don't know, training is never gonna be easy for college athletes, no matter what division you're in, two, three, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I think the more grace you give yourself, the more space you allow yourself to grow, and the more time you give yourself, you got to be patient and wait for the results to come. Because I know we've been doing this 8-week segment thing, 10-week
Mhm.
segment thing. We've been doing a lot of running, a lot of training, looking at the results. We just did a second round of body comp testing, and we all saw great results of how we're doing physically compared to the first week that we came here. And I know, for me personally, I'm feeling it. So I think you just have to give yourself time and grace.
Mm.
What about you?
If I were like to have this conversation with somebody coming in, I would want to tell them like it's it's gonna be okay. Like I was really stressed coming in, like especially my like first or the last 2 weeks of my summer before I left to come here. I was really, really nervous and scared because I had no clue what to expect. So I was like on edge, honestly, just thinking of the worst for some reason. But I mean, it's not bad. Like, I know some people like think like, oh my gosh, you guys are running. Like, yeah, of course we're running. Yeah, that's what we do. Um, but it's not that bad. Don't stress about it is what I would have to say because like I know you said don't stress, but like it really is like it's all in your head. Like you make it fun. Like no one else is gonna make it fun for you. It's how much you want to enjoy something. So if you come into your like college, like first year, and you're like already coming into it like, no, I'm not gonna enjoy this. Like I already know I'm gonna hate what's going on. Like then you are going to like. And I came in really nervous, and I was really nervous. Like I think the first 2 weeks I was really quiet, and I just was like, no, I don't want to like oversay something or overstep my boundaries, and like I was just very timid, and that's really not me. I like to talk, and I feel like when I get comfortable with somebody I talk a lot. um but yeah, and after like the first 2 weeks I got really comfortable. Like I made like really close friends and stuff, and I started to come out of my shell, and I was like, okay, like it's not bad actually. Like and even the running, I was really dreading it at
Yeah.
first, like and it was hard at first, but then I was like, why am I like telling myself it's hard? Like if you tell yourself it's hard, it's gonna be hard. So I just started enjoying it. Like I think I would sing on our runs or something. I don't even remember. I would do a lot of silly
Yeah.
things. Like one time I picked up a leaf, like it's actually a really big leaf.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
about the
really
size
big
of my
leaf.
face. And I just carried it around for our run, just,
Yeah.
enjoying it. So yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah. I
So,
think it's what you make it.
mhm.
It's all about your mindset. And if you're going to think, like, this is terrible and I can't do this, then it's going to be terrible and you're not going to be able to do it. But when you think, well, I mean, I can do it. I only have 10 minutes left in this run. And
Mhm.
yeah, you can do it. You just have to change your mindset of how things are and realize that this is only temporary. And the more you do this, the better you're going to get athletically, mentally. I don't know. My mental toughness has gone up a lot because
Mhm.
I'll say like the first week when we did our first VO2 max run and then we did our first 15-minute run, I was dead and I could barely do it. And now like I don't know, the VO2 max test that we just did, it was hard, but I mean I ran the whole time. I got a good time. I don't know. I just feel so much better. And now when we go on like a 15-minute jog, like it's easy peasy. And when we do
Mhm.
conditioning in the sand, it's really not bad. It's actually fun because, I mean, I like being in the sand. I like being with you guys. I
Yeah.
like playing volleyball. So I don't know. If you make it a happy environment, then it's gonna be a happy environment despite whatever you're doing. If you're running sprints, then you just have to make it what you want it.
Mhm. Yeah, I like to think about like especially with the sprints things like competing with myself if anything, like and if we're running with a group it's a lot easier cuz I want to be the fastest on the course. So I'm like, okay, we're sprinting, let me beat Emily cuz I'm not going to lose, but it's little ways to make it fun. That's how I like to do it. Like everything's a competition to me.
Yeah.
So we have like right now in our conditioning segments, we do a part where we do 40 seconds where we run a certain length and continuously at a certain pace. So right now I think we're at like 60 to 70%. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting 6 on this first set that we're doing. I get to 6 laps. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to let my time drop or my laps drop throughout the entire process. So I compete with myself, if anything. So I'm like, okay, well, we have 2 seconds left of this 40 seconds. Let me try and get halfway down, if anything. So that's one way I like to kind of make it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you think you bring to a team environment?
Oh boy. I don't know. I feel like one thing about me, especially when I'm around people that I get along with, is that I'm always happy. Like I remember on the bus ride to Tusculum, me and Brooklyn were in the back, and the AC was pumping. You know, the sky was getting gray. It was just gloomy, but we were all joking. And then Raph, our manager, was back there, and I don't know. It was great. Like the vibe was still good, and even though we were tired, you know, I think things are still good. And I think that's one thing that I bring is happiness. I don't know. I feel like there's very few times where I'm down or upset. So I don't know. Most of the time I'm smiling or laughing about something, especially when I'm with Payton. Me and Payton always make each other laugh. So I don't know. What about you?
I think I don't know, actually. When I'm playing, especially, I get very serious sometimes, and then sometimes I like to joke around a whole lot. But I think for me, like, one of my biggest attributes I would feel like is like my like grit. Like, I don't like to give up very easily. Like, I may be mad about something, but like I'm gonna get the next part right. Like if I shank a ball, like okay, they're gonna serve me again, obviously, but it's gonna be like a dime. Like I'm always gonna like try and be better. And I feel like for a team, that's kind of the person you want to have. So that's what I like to think about myself, at least.
Yeah. I think one thing that I've noticed about you is how like hardworking you are. Like even in the gym, even when we're running, like you always push through even to the last minute. Um, and I think another thing that I've noticed about myself is how easily I can forget the mistakes that I've made. And I don't mean like I forget the mistakes and I'm gonna do it again. I mean like I forget that I messed up and I don't hold a grudge against myself and I can move on pretty easily. And I think that's something that you can do well on too because you've made so much progress, you know, coming from indoor. I don't know, you've just gotten so good over the last few weeks and you just keep growing and growing and growing and it's your perseverance pushing through and how much grace you give yourself. I think that's something that you have really good.
Well, thanks. That's very kind of you. Yeah, no, definitely your energy. Of course, you know, I feed off your energy all the time. So, yeah, I think you're funny sometimes, I guess. But yeah, overall, like, I think our team is really good about, like, lifting people up and, like, bringing out what's best in them. I feel like, especially, like, when you're, like, paired up with someone and you're on the court, like, our team is really good about like, okay, like listen, you have this, like let me see this, like I want this out of you. And I think our team is really good about like bringing that out. And especially being freshmen, like I feel like we're still like I'm not in that uncomfortable stage anymore, and like I'm not walking on eggshells anymore, but like there are still times where I'm like, oh boy, I don't know. And my teammates are like, especially the older ones, are like, listen, it's fine. So yeah, so I feel like that's just something really good. And with our upperclassmen, like especially the ones who like are still really close to campus, we have dinners with Lauren. She's one of our seniors. She lives on campus here with us, so she's really cool. She goes and eats dinner with us a lot in the caf, and just like sits and talks with us about our day. And like it's something that I feel like for me at least helps me get more comfortable and acclimated with the environment. Because I mean, I'm always learning. So
thank you guys. That was episode 5. We're going to be in South Carolina this weekend, so make sure you watch the Facebook Lives that are going to be up. And thanks for watching this video.